OK，好，那今天呢
Today,
我叫 Gibson，是我今天第一次
my name is Gibson.
来这个 Q&A。
It's my first time doing a Q&A session this
我
year.
相信今天或这个礼拜，
Today,
蛮多人都在
I believe
去日本的路上，不然就是
for this week, a lot of us are on the way towards Kyoto. So that's why I'm here to lead the Q&A. And today, we will
跟大家做
take this class
Q&A。
to have a Q&A section in Chinese. I will try to speak slowly because I'm also a bit nervous.
思考怎么回答。
If I speak slowly, then I have more time to think my reply. If you have any question, you can raise your question.
蛮多非常厉害的老师们。
I believe there are a lot of
大家能
very
够精确
excellent teachers online as well.
大家也可以补充一下，
If you like to
有没有人现在
add
在日本？
some comments, you can also speak
有
up.
的话呢，帮我打印一下。在日
Is
本
there
现在
anyone in Japan now?
晚上
Can
应
you
该好
put
像
one
凌晨
in the
12
chat
点
room?
哦。
If you are in
会
Japan, it's
哦，
already
因为
midnight.
就在日本，对不对？
Yinghui, are you
好，
in Japan now?
那呀，大家有任何的问题吗？可以
If you have any question,
可以不论是你要把它留言，或者是你要
you can either put it in the chat room or you can turn on your mic and speak directly.
Hello Daria， 晚上好。
Hello, Daria. Good evening.
有吗？都没有人有问题？那我今天是要提早下班。
If you have no question, we can finish the class, right?
Yeah， 看一下。 OK， 老师如何清晰自己的目标？
Hello, teacher. How to be clear of
谢谢
my own goal?
OK，
Thank for your
当
question.
初其实就是
In the very beginning, when I started to get in touch with the seed system, I had the same question as you. No matter in business, in my job,
大概20几、20出头岁。
actually, I was a little bit over 20 at time.
做业务的时候，我当初第一次遇到这个
At the age of
那时候
over 20,
然后完全没有目标。
I was doing business
说我他培养
and I had no goals, and my parents
做看看，
introduced me to a
做
job
保险。
at a friend of theirs.
结果呢，
And then I went to
在
do
花2年
some
没有
work in insurance.
就住在路
After
上
I started my work in insurance, I had no clients,
看到有一个
no
陌生
customer.
人的业务递名片给我，说可以跟我认识。
And there was a
到最后那个
person, he gave me the name card and he said that we can get in touch. And then after we got in touch, I got in touch with the diamond cutter system. After I
我听到说你要
heard about the diamond cutter system, what I learned is you have to give what you want to others. Then I asked a lot of questions crazily. I was asking a lot of questions to the teachers
我现在是
so as to plant my
我在
goals.
10几年前
Now I'm already a translator at Mixed Nuts, but
会
more than 10 years
会接
ago,
触
I didn't have
这个
any idea
这样
what
子的工作，
would happen
我的人
after
会在这里。
a decade.
我那时候的想法说，我的目标应该就是要
My
赚钱，
thought that time was that my goal is to make money
玩啊，或者是
so that I have enough money to go and have fun, etc.
那时候我的目标不知道为什么，但是我
I
是去
didn't know why I had that
你
goal,
如果想要
but
这样
I
的目
heard
标，你
from
就
the
得去
teacher
试
that
着
if
去
you want
清楚
to
的了
achieve
解
your goal, you
每个
need
业务
to
他们到底想要什么。
help other people with 4 steps,
那我
and
其实
you
我这个
need
人
to
就
listen
是
to other people's
我都
ideas
有我自己
or
自己
their
想去
dreams.
聆听别人的，但是
Actually, myself, I
常
love
常
to
就是
listen
去我
to
假装去
other
聆听别人，让
people,
他去讲我有兴趣的这个话题。
but actually I was
那
trying to
我在
pretend that I
前几
was
年就
interested
开
in
始
other
去
people
有
in
一个
order
明
to
确的
let
一个目
other
标，就
people
是
listen to me. And in the
这
very
个
beginning, when I
然后
was
呢，在这个
doing
过
the
程
4
中呢，
steps,
就听听看
I
别
led
人他们
some
想要什
book
么，
club.
然
And
后
in the
想
book
要
club, I
去
tried
完成什
to
么样的一
listen
个
to
目
what
标，
other
不论
people
是
wanted
工作上
as
的、关
their
系上
goal,
的、健康上的。那时候我
no
发现
matter
我
in relationship, in health,
自己在带
in
团，
work. And that time I led the book clubs. And I think it was about 5 or 6 years later, the seed opened for me. It's opened in a way that suddenly I was traveling to Mexico with my wife, and I saw Geshe on the stage teaching Lam Rim with the special language. And that time, I would never forget about this. And I wanted to learn this language, the Tibetan language. And I wanted to go deep into the classics. So I think for you who asked this question, you can think for yourself, or you can go to ask your parents. You can sit down and chat with them and ask them. Maybe they have retired already, but maybe some people have midlife crisis. So everyone has maybe have similar stories in their work life, but you can ask them, or you can try to sit down and have coffee and chat with another person and ask what was their passion when they was young. For my dad, his passion when he was young was to go hiking with my brother. My father doesn't do this anymore. So nowadays I would on and off remind him, like when we are chatting, I would remind him that when we were small, he would brought us to go hiking and look at birds. So we will remind him to do something he is passionate about. I think you can consistently do this and care for others. You can try to use all kinds of ways to ask questions and in order to inspire them to reignite their passion. Daria has a question, how to learn Tibetan and why I have not succeeded. That time, when I was in Mexico, when I saw Geshe teaching Lam Rim in Tibetan, I asked him, how could I learn this language? I still remember that the first assignment he gave me was actually on YouTube. He has some videos teaching Tibetan, and he asked me to help Nick to do the subtitles on these videos because he taught these classes in English. So he asked me to look for Nick, helping him to put up some Chinese subtitles. Actually, honestly, I tell you that I still haven't completed this task, but I think maybe Geshe saw that I would learn during this process. So when I face problems, for example, there are some grammar that I don't understand. For example, prefix or suffix or grammar, or when I face such problems, I would feel stuck because I was also learning English. I was struggling with this task, and there are more than 20 classes. I remember in the very beginning, I felt totally overwhelmed, and I struggled a lot for 3 to 4 years. And I realized that during this process, while I was watching the videos, trying to put on the subtitles, I learned a little bit. And I also learned from Word. But honestly, I think what affected me most is the first time I went to Sedona for my first mixed class. After that, I went every time. I just sat there and enjoyed it. No matter whether I understood what scheduler was teaching or not. I was struggling, but I felt happy and I enjoyed it and I kept listening. Now I can understand Geshe's English and Tibetan and the concept. So in order to achieve this, I was struggling in all three aspects. But suddenly one day, my seat opened and I found that I slowly loved this content and I understood it. I have more understanding in middle way, more than the sutras or the mind only, but no problem. I have more understanding in one school, but if you are in an environment and you listen to Geshe-la's concept, his words would plant a seed in your mind. And one day when it sprouts, when you hear Geshe mention a word, when you look at a text on the look at some words on the text, then you can relate to the meaning of the text. But most importantly is when after I did a translation in Sedona, Geshe told me, you must help John Brady. He said, you must help Brady. He said, in order to have a better ability to do translation, then you have to help preserve classics. If you help preserve classics, then you have planted seeds to understand the classics. After listening to his advice, I spent a lot of time to save some money. And then I tried to learn what Asian Legacy Library was doing. Why is it called the Snow of Mountain? And what role is mixed nuts doing in this whole project? In the very beginning, I learned the basic concept, then I learned Lamrim, then I learned mixed nuts. If you realize that you are learning everything, you will be more able to understand the content in the classics and the translation, and you will be more able to apply that in your life. I remember there are three kinds of wisdom. One is from listening. The second type of wisdom comes from contemplation. And then the third type of wisdom comes from meditation. If you can sit in the mixed nuts class regularly and listen to it, no matter you understand or not, basically you will be able to obtain two wisdoms. You obtain the wisdom that comes from listening. Afterwards, you would contemplate. I believe 70 to 80% of you would think about it, would contemplate it, or you would think, I don't understand. What is it about? For example, when you learned about the color blue in my mind and the color blue outside, or you listen to five heaps, or the five heaps, or if you listen to these and you keep struggling and you keep discussing with your friends, I believe it would help your language learning. I hope this is helpful. The first time when I heard about the 5 heaps, I also didn't understand much. But after listening to Stanley's explanation in the Abhidhamma, the most that I would try to examine is that I judge people easily. I would try to judge from what they are doing. For example, some people do not speak, are not very good verbally. They do not speak very well. Then I would judge, maybe he doesn't know much, and he's pretending that he knows a lot on the stage. So I would have such thinking, or maybe myself. Until now, I'm still like this. Like when I'm listening to the class, I would try to also listen to the translator, and in my mind, there is a sound, there is a voice behind criticizing this translator. So the form, the heap of form is like you listen to this voice, and then you collect this data, and then you try to feel it. You try to see whether it is a good feeling, bad feeling, or neutral feeling. And then you try to discriminate whether it's good or bad. And we find that we are doing this every day. So we see, for example, we see a color, or we taste a taste, then we will have a feeling, then we will judge, for example, judge whether this person is good or bad. So I'm thinking, when you are trying to apply it into your life, it can also help you, help your understanding in your pursuits in your spiritual life. And at the same time, it can help your Tibetan Western Chinese language. In mixedness class, there are 2 types of learning. You can focus your goal in Tibetan Chinese, Western Chinese learning, or you can focus your goal in understanding the concept. I was afraid of doing such a Q&A section, because if you try to measure my ability, I have a better ability in understanding, but I have a poor ability in sharing. So if you ask this question, actually these 2 functions are balancing each other, supporting each other. If you are trying to learn this language, you have to think how, if you want to know how to use it in the life. I hope what I have shared can help you. If someone close by has passed away, how to help them with the process afterwards? I would answer it in 2 aspects. I had a job before, which was a land developer, but it was quite interesting. My job was that I have to look for some place where somebody has passed away and the land was not inherited, and I had to look for the people that should inherit the land, and I had to work on the process. I'm thinking, when a lot of people pass away, they would think about, like, after someone has passed away, what happens afterwards normally cause some arguments in the family. Suppose today some person passed away, they have their own religion, or maybe they have mentioned how they would have their funeral after they pass away. For example, my mom also mentioned her preference. She asked me to scatter the ashes into the ocean. So in ancient Asian culture, we would have to consider how to deal with the funeral. And when a family member has just passed away, just try to calm down first. And if you have learned this before, you can try to test their body temperature and their situation to make sure that they have really passed on. There is some information you can look for to learn more. Because when a person has passed away, this whole process is already very complicated because the earth, water, fire, wind, the dissolution of these elements is is already causing this deceased to need some space to think. But if their family members are surrounding and nearby and causing a lot of pressure and chaos, it will be more complicated. So we can, personally, I think you can try to talk to them or do some meditation and keep thinking about the good things that they have done in this life. I think this is more important. I mean, after this person has passed away, within a few days, you can use the time to think about the good things that they have done, or maybe they have cooked a lot of meals for you, or maybe they taught you how to write, how to walk, etc. You can think of all these in your mind, or you can say it out verbally. Maybe they will hear. And then at home, you can become the person to take charge. You can take charge to discuss about the good things that this deceased have done in the past with your family members. What we don't want most is after we started to discuss about their good things, then your family members start to discuss about their bad things. So you have to be skillful. You have to bring back the topic, or you can also remind them how this deceased have done, what they have done to help other people. Such way, this can help this deceased to go to the next place in a better way. If I don't have enough money, shall I work first or shall I serve wisdom? Or shall I learn wisdom? I believe you already have the answer. A lot of us, if we don't have enough money, there are still a lot of opportunities to learn. It's not possible that we are working and earning money all the time, but you can use the money, you can think about how to use the money you have earned well. And when we don't have enough money, what do we need most? What we need most is not to lose the attitude willing to share. I was also broke before, and I didn't want to share much at that time. But I thought I should work more. But at the same time, when you are trying to earn money and serve your job, you can also think while you are helping your boss to make money, and while you're doing this while you are serving your colleagues, you are already planting seeds. And at the same time, you can think whether your colleagues need your help. Or another point is that one meditation practice I like very much is Tonglen. Last time when I was in Sedona for YSI, Geshe led a Tonglen meditation. And when he did this Tonglen, it was that we want ourselves to become any item or anything that can help other people. And for all those people, for example, for people who are suffering from coldness, we would want to become a jacket ourselves. Or, for example, for a mice in the world, when he did it in a way that when he was breathing out, he became a mice himself. That was very warm, had a very warm body. So the mice could cuddle with the other mouses to give them warmth. So I think, are there a lot of poor people? I believe so. If for myself, maybe I only need to take care of myself and my wife, but for some other people, they need to take care of a family of 7 to 8 people, and they need to feed them. So your question is, when you don't have enough money, should you work first or learn wisdom? I believe you can understand from Geshe-la's story that if you are trying to make money, you are not serving other people. Or if you are learning wisdom, you don't work. Actually, they can come together. It's not like that. If you work, then you only can work. If you learn, then you only can learn. You can combine them together. It depends on how do you connect them together. And in the Diamond Cutter book, there's a paragraph there's a section that Geshe-la's teacher asked him to work in the diamond industry, and Geshe-la decided to get Andin into a experiment lab. When he joined the company, their work was hard, but in what ways could he grow this company to become very big? So for yourself, when you do a work, you can also have the same thinking. You can think, what kind of future do you want for this company? Or when you see a boss that you find him stingy or he always yells at people, this time when you want to think, shall I leave this job to look for another job which pays better? Or shall I use my learning, use what I have learned, use the meditation that I know to change this environment? Just like the pen is a combination of emptiness and seeds. Now, when I see such an environment that I don't have enough money, it doesn't mean that simply by changing a job or simply by just going to lessons, I can change this environment. The point is you have to think how to use what you have learned at class in your life. This is also what I'm bad at. You have to really practically use the wisdom you have learned in life. You have to do the 6 times book. You have to use your tonglen, your generosity, all you have learned in your life, in your work. Through serving your family members, people around you, your colleagues, through being generous, through supporting a project, or through helping other people using your spare time, or through using 4 steps. Do you know, can you take control of your heart instead of thinking that this job doesn't pay enough? So every day, if you take a few times to do the practice, you will see change in your life. You will start to see wealth in your life. And during this process, when you see that you don't have enough money, then you give others, and your wisdom also grows. And so always remember, when we find that we don't have enough money, we shall always give others.
OK，
Is a course planted with wisdom. Of course, you can plant a course, but how to plant a course? That is to share what you have learned to others in different formats. First, you can arrange some book club, or you can have you can get together with some friends regularly to discuss about what you have learned. Through this way, what you have planted not necessarily opens at DCI course or some specific course, but it will give you a better and better understanding in the wisdom. Many people want to go after all the courses, and they think, shall we go after all the courses? Actually, not necessary. I believe a lot of us can only complete reading the manual for 10% or 20%. But we have a fear that is called FOMO, fear of missing out. We have this fear of missing out, and we just finished a course, and then we see a new course, then we try to grasp the new course. So we are always going after courses after courses. But more important is whether you can sit down and review and understand what you have learned. Whether you can use it in one of your goals in life. And afterwards, did you achieve results? If not, where got wrong? And if you have got some understanding, have you tried to share your understanding with other people and to help other people. If you can accomplish this, it can plant people around you to teach you, not necessarily in the form of courses. So you don't need to have this fear of missing out any courses. And I don't, and I'm not suggesting you not to take courses. I'm not suggesting you to stop spending money on courses. Because I am a volunteer in DCI, I actually really see a lot of people, they are really fear of missing out. So if you go into debt in order to pay for the courses, then there's a problem. If you go into debt in order to pay for these courses, then you have to think that not because that you have attended all the courses, so your money has gone. It's not in this logic. It's whether you have shared your time and money with others generously.
桑尼这个问题好像上次 Tim 有回答过，就是世界如果是种子打开的
If this world is a seed opening, then before touching the diamond world, do we have free will? In this case, how does emptiness reverse seeds? Do we have a fate? When I am saying these words, do I have free will to say these words? Or when I'm verbally saying out these words is from my past seeds? You can think about this. Because a lot of people, after they come into this system, they have this question. I think this is a very good question. For me personally, I think it is like whether you want to be involved with it. You can imagine you are in a team with correct worldview, and we are like such a small team, and the opposing team that they don't understand emptiness, they are like a huge army. So even you listen to the Pen story, is still not a very solid understanding. So for whether we have free will, personally, I think just like the program of Geshe next year, he will be teaching the debates, the debates of the angel and devil regularly, like 4 times a year. In the very beginning, the devil always have an upper hand. So like Someone suggest, for example, give you an example, someone suggested me to invest in something, and Gibson see that all the families and friends have invested in this. It's like a bit, for example, a Bitcoin investment, and the and then the angel said, Gibson, do you remember that you never earned money before when you did such an investment? So if you just follow your family or members, you think you can make money in such way? Have you thought whether you make money or not is from whether you have shared your time and money to others? So in your mind, there's this debate. And then at this moment, free will appear. My free will be depending on my situation that day, whether it's the angel or the devil has an upper hand. So actually this free will is from a past seed. But we still have to use our own power to stand on the side of the angel. Whether it's about health or money or arguments, when you have the debate between the angel and devil that day, every time you try to fight, it's like in the gym room, you don't see your muscle growing, but you keep training. There will be one day you get that breakthrough. That breakthrough is touching the diamond world. So this is like, so it's like for the debate between the angel and devil, angel has the help of a truck pulling her side, so she just won easily. This means through our efforts bit by bit every day when we do our practice, when we serve others, if you can put your everyday practice into your mind, like whenever you do your practice, you are like engaging in a debate between the angel and devil, then you are training yourself. Like if I want to speed driving one day, then the devil has won. But if today I think that I want to drive, so like when in front of the elevator, I would not try to close the door faster, but I would hold the elevator door to let other people enter. So like using all the ways, I try to think, how can I save other people's time? So when you want to speed driving, you can try this method so that you can see that next time you don't want to speed drive. So that you can always listen to angel's voice in the world. And in the end, your free will will become everything is the correct worldview, which can lead you to become a being that can help many, many lives.
我不晓得我今天 Q&A 有没有办法回答到大家的问题哦，就是我尽量好不好？我希望我透过今天这个
I hope that
给我这个
today I can try to answer your questions well because I'm also a beginner, so I will try my best.
良心说，是我还没有践行哦。其实我们大家其实生活当中都有一些的弱点，有些人
We
可
all
能
have
经济
some
上面
shortcomings
有些
in
人
our
会
life.
很有
For
钱，
example,
但是他的缺点是什么？就是可能
we
很多地雷，就是一踩了就生气哦，这样或者
like maybe
或者
some
是
people are
我认识有几个人，他们开车的时候情绪就会变，
very emotional or they get
有的
angry
人把
easily.
它叫为路怒症，就是直接手放到方向盘，他的这个情绪就会整个大变。所以
Like
每个人的弱点都不一样，所以其实每一个人
everyone
都
has a
有
different
很很
shortcoming.
喜好的地方，所以我们可以
So
来一起
for us, everyone
讨
has
论一下。
some lesson to learn.
好，就是请问一下，自闭症、唐氏症、亚斯伯格症等孤独系障碍的种子上的因是什么？如何在种子层面去帮助这样的一个患者以及他们的家庭？好，非常好的一个，非
Hello,
常好
teacher.
的一个问题。其实这个问题我也，
What are the
蛮
causes
探
of
讨的。
autism
如果各位
spectrum
有建议，
disorders
这边要
such
怎么
as
去回答？
autism,
我
Down
们
syndrome,
可以
and
做一个分享。
Asperger syndrome? How can we help such patients and their families at the seed level?
这样的一个症状的时候，可以，
When
我记得
if you
他
see,
提到
I
的，
remember
他
I
提到
remember
就是买了一
that
个玩具给一个
Geshe mentioned
4、
about
5个
a
岁的小
story.
朋友，
He bought a
然
toy
后
for
呢，
a
他
kid
把这
with
个玩具
autism
交到那个小
or
朋友的手上，
and
然后
he
他去引导那个小朋友能够
he
去看到
helped
他自己把
he
这个玩
helped
具再
this
交到给
kid
其他
to
也有同样
put this toy
因为
into
其实
another
这个
kid's
世界
hand
有其他的人，正常人就是
so
没有
not
没有罹患这种疾病的人，当他看到自己把这些东西给他的时候，
not
他能
necessarily
突
kids
破
with these kind of
人跟人的
symptoms,
这个
but
界限的时候，
for
他能够看到自己，
these kids when you
他能够看到自己这样的一个
when they
自己
see
在未来可以更加的一个
themselves helping
因为像
or sharing with
自闭
the
症
other kid,
跟
they can
亚斯
see
伯格症，我
improvement
这样
in
的一
their
个，
syndrome.
很多人到，我看到很多小时候有这样症状的一个小朋
For
友，到未来他不一定还是
Asperger
会被干
syndrome,
扰，所
I
以这
also
会变成一个
saw a kid before
愿意
and
去
they became
帮助到别人的一个，
very optimistic
所以我觉得陪
when
伴
they
他们
grew up
陪伴他们做
and
的事情，就是可以
they
更
could help a lot
的
of people. So what we
能
can
够去想要怎么去
do
帮
to
助他们
help
看到自己，
such kids is to
眼睛看
help
到自己
them
可以
interact with
去
other children
帮助
so
他，
that they witness
因为你人叫
themselves
自己
helping
去
other people.
帮助别人，他可能不会这么做，但
For
是
example, if you
如果
ask
是
them to
你好的
help
带
others,
这么
they
去
don't
做的
they
话，
wouldn't do it. But
这
if
两
you
次
can
还不会，但是如果你
guide
到了
them
10几次、20几
with
次的时候，
with your
你可能
hands
比较
physically,
知道
then
他能
maybe
够去
after
用
a
他
few
手
times
上的一个资源，
they
慢
would
慢的跟别人分
know
享。
how to share their
也
own
许这个就是
resources
去
to
突
other
破
people in their life.
很像的一个把自己封闭起来，在一个圆圈里面的这样的一个
So maybe
世界。
for themselves, they are now
OK， 这是
closing
可以对他们
them
做的事情。
themselves in a
我们也可以
closed
去
world, but we
想
can
我们有
do
没有
we can use this way to
曾
help
经
them.
也把自己封闭起来过，
And we can also think whether we have tried to
不愿
close
去跟
ourselves
别人
up,
沟通，不愿
not
去跟别
willing
人对
to
话，
communicate with other people,
或者是比较
not
不想要
willing
去
to talk to other
突破跟
people,
别人之间的一个界限。其实
or
很多
not
的
willing
例
to
可以帮
cross
助
our
这个
border
也
to
许你这个问题之后可以再问其他老师，
interact with
看
other
其
people.
他老师有没有一些其他的一个回答。
And
谢谢晶晶。 就是 FOMO fear of missing out 我怕我会错过这些有这种恐惧的人呢，就是
Talking about fear of missing out, FOMO, for people who have this fear, it's like when we talked about wanting to take more courses. Then you can think about some people who have never had a chance to take any class. There are some people who don't have the seats or they don't have money to take these courses. And for these people, have you learned any basic life tool that you can use to help these people? When we try to help other people with this motivation, when we think about there are many people who have never learned these classes, but we can try to help them with some life tools or teach them some life tools so they can use the tool to achieve their goal. Then maybe they would want to take some classes because of achieving their goals. So in this way, you have helped them planted a seed to take classes, and for yourself, you will also have more classes to attend.
OK， 好，我再讲一次他的问，就是这位同学。
Let me speak. Let me.
希望亲人可以活久一点，然后我们知道说
How to avoid being single and they want to have the family members to stay as long as possible. Like the people, this question is about some worries that some family members will pass away early.
我觉得这就是 Mix Now 可以提供的一个解决方案，就是去思考一下，就是
You can think about our ultimate goal, which is, of course, extending a lifespan is good, but it's not realistic wanting everyone to have a lifespan of over 100 years, 200 years, 300 years. So our ultimate goal is to accomplish the 5 paths so that we can touch the diamond world and we can become Buddha, so we can emanate into many beings to help many people. If you have learned level 7, when I first learned it, I was very impressed that such a being could meet all the faces, for example, your father, your mother, to come in front of you, and such a being could see the worries on their face, but they know that they have ability to help the people in front of them. So when they are looking at the other person, they would say, I have done it. Don't worry. Very soon I will be able to help you. If it were you, you can try to do this meditation. And when you are doing this meditation, you can try to habituate or get familiar with this experience that you will face in the future. That in that special experience, you will see all the beings in all the planets in the universe. They will come in front of you and you see the worry on their face and you will tell them one by one that do not worry, I can help you. Then you have to think, how can I help them? Help them have a longer lifespan or help them to be like the me in the past. Like the me when I first learned about how to become a planet jumper. And to really help them in this way. For example, emanates into their ex and break up with them, so they get so sad. And one day they walk in the street and someone asked them, have you read the Diamond Cutter book? And then afterwards they came to a course and learned about level 7, and they learned about touching the diamond world, etc. And then suddenly one day, this person will practice an hour every day, and one day they see a seed opening from their mind, becoming the pot, and suddenly they see emptiness, and suddenly they themselves become the being who can see all the faces, and they will be the one to tell them one by one that do not worry, I can take care of you. So just like this, we want to help a lot of people, but you can think about what is the way that I can help other people. I love a song very much. It's Kelly Clarkson's song. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Nowadays, when I see a lot of things, it is to remind me that my purpose of this life is to touch the diamond world. Only by touching the diamond world, I can help all the family members or people who have passed away.
Okay, sorry. 所以就是去想，就是当你今天不论是在，如果你今天在上这个 mix 了，你已经知道。
If you are already listening to mixed nuts, you already know our ultimate goal. So next is use all means, whether it's yoga or meditation or 6 times book, or today coming to mixed nuts class, or today you opened a door for other people. Like through all these ways, you can dedicate them into this point where you become the being who can help many, many beings. Ken is like a doctor. I know what's their problem, and I'm willing to take care of every being. Nung means I have this ability, which is also taught in level 8, how to become a leader. 今天 when I see my family member pass away, what should I do? How should I help them with their funeral? Or today I don't have money to take more courses. What should I do? Suppose you already listened to the ultimate goal of touching the diamond world. So you can think, when you are thinking what you should do, your ultimate goal should be become that being. And in this life, whether you make money or not, whether you are healthy or not, it's only a process where through which you go towards your ultimate goal. Of course, if I gain a lot of money, you can help a lot of people. Or if I become very handsome today, or I become very eloquent today, or I have very high spirits, good energy today, you can dedicate all these to this ultimate goal. So that's my answer. Our Q&A session ends here. It is a very perfect ending. Hopefully, I have given some sufficient answer to the questions today, and also through my answering, I also gained some understanding. I'm very happy to be here today. I hope there will be more opportunities that I will share with you in Chinese. If you are going to Japan, then we will meet each other in Japan. And thank you, Chloe. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, how's it going? I thought we were having a 15-minute discussion, but apparently we are not. So anyways, I'm sending best regards from, I'm going on my way to Japan. But what I did is I flew from,
Tôi đang trên đường đến Nhật. Và cái mà
yeah,
tôi đang làm,
from,
tôi bay
I
từ
flew from Phoenix,
Phoenix,
and I
Arizona.
stopped in
Và tôi
Hawaii
dừng
as a layover.
ở
And it has been a
Hawaii.
very, very beautiful experience.
Tôi có một trải nghiệm
My
rất là
first time exploring here, Hawaii, the island. I'm in Honolulu.
ở
And
cái
I
đảo này ở Honolulu. Và tôi còn thêm chúng ta còn 15 phút nữa, bởi vì hôm nay trong cái khách mời của chúng ta, tôi mời họ tới. Với những bạn Everything good.
Original audio. Can you hear me now? Yes, good. So anyways, it's like 6 in the morning here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I'm about to catch my flight to Japan in a little afternoon. But what I was saying is that the place here is wonderful, wonderful. Yesterday, I had the chance to go and explore for venues. Maybe in the future, there is a possibility of making a special retreat here or something. I don't know, but I've been talking with Nick Lashaw about the possibility of making sometimes a Diamond Cutter Classics event. Also, Tim Lowenhop is interested in considering making a world view organization retreat. I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel something can be cooking in the oven. We'll see. Of course, this is just like planting a little seed, but I found very, very cool places, or at least a big area with different, very interesting hotels. If soon, maybe we could do something here in Hawaii, that'll be wonderful. And the surfing scene is also very, very nice. I'm in the south part of the island. So I have videos, but not ready yet. So later I'll show you some. One of the reasons I'm just talking is because, as I said, I was expecting the interviews today to be 15 minutes later. Let me check if the special guests are around, we can move forward and do it. But I don't know if they are here. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah. Okay, so then I think we can, yeah, cool. We can do it in advance. First, I'm just gonna share with you a general overviews of news that are going on. And then in like about 5 minutes, we can move on with our cool interview. Okay, and excuse my dressing code today. It's just, let's say it's a special Hawaiian edition. Okay, I'm gonna share screen and share with you some of the news here. One second. Can you see my screen, the presentation, the PPT? Yes. Okay, thank you. And can you see if I move it? Can you see the next picture? Okay, well, thank you so much. Okay, I'll start then. So, as I was telling you, we are very, very excited because the next steps on the path number for year 14 is about to start, and this is the closure of these 14 years of Geshe Michael teaching and sharing with us the Steps on the Path series. It's going to be very special. A lot of people are already traveling there. I've been watching many videos in social media, like people getting there, people traveling there. As I say, today, in a few more hours, I'll be catching up my flight and be there by Sunday the 1st. Among these teachings that are going to be very, very cool is the closure of this series. But don't worry, Geshe will be keep teaching other subjects connected with this series. But also we're going to be having a very cool interview, an event, like a seminar, let's say, that Geshe Michael is going to have together with Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is like a very, I don't know how to call it, like a very famous or influential person, not only in Japan, but now worldwide famous. She's famous because she made like a series, a TV show series on Netflix mostly. And she focuses on how to organize our outer world, our belongings, things, houses, spaces, how to, using very interesting methods like of almost like joy and energy and appreciation for things, how to create a more harmonious inner atmosphere as well. So how through manipulating the outside we can influence our inner peace and our insights. This is very interesting because in the teachings we also use these methods as a way to prepare our minds. For example, in meditation, when we organize our room, when we organize our places. And to me it's interesting, this in the yoga philosophy theory, this theory of the onion, when the outer world somehow can affect our inner world, and vice versa, when our inner world can affect the outer world. So Geshe Michael will be also teaching together with her about this. It's going to happen on Saturday, December 7th. Hope you can make it. If you're not there live, you can follow the QR code on screen so you can watch online. I think it's going to be very, very cool. What else is happening there? After the retreat, YSI and Prema are organizing a yoga retreat. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity. If you already did the steps on the path over there, this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to kind of put the teachings into practice, or to let them sink more into you. A few very famous teachers also, of course, Connie O'Brien, John Brady, Earl is going to be there. Alfonso, I don't know if you know him in person, but he's a very good friend from Guadalajara. He's the brother of Aldo Arzapalo. Aldo Arzapalo is also another very good friend and teacher from Mexico. We're going to have May Chang and Teresa Pirosanto there. So I think if you have the chance, coming here after the retreat will be a great opportunity to put things into practice, to let them sink in. This is the poster in Chinese language, in case you're interested. And with the great news that for those of you who may want to find a meaningful way to spend your New Year's, our friend Gielse, which happens to be already in Kyoto, is organizing a retreat from the December 29th to January 3rd. And soon we will gonna be talking live with her about what is she planning to do. Diamond Mountain is a wonderful, wonderful place to do retreat. I myself have done some there, and I really, really recommend it. It's very pretty. Everything is taken care of. People there know what they are doing, so they can help you with your retreat. So if ever you think of a place to do retreat, this is excellent place. I have also done retreats in other places, kind of by myself. this is easier for me, at least, to do it in Diamond Mountain so far. Okay, so that's December 29th to January 3rd. And later in January, Utpala is planning to do something very cool with her book that she translated. This is the first book she translated together with Geshe Michael, Emptiness Meditations. And by the way, is now available in this printed hardcover edition. Very, very cool, very, very, how to say, awaited for. Many people have been waiting for this book. Now it's ready, you can get it. And what she's trying to do is emptiness meditations retreat. And this is gonna be happening as well in Diamond Mountain, but in January from the 17th to the 26th. Good news, she also is gonna be live in Japan talking about it very, very soon, next Monday, if you live in the West, or Tuesday morning, if you live on the east side of this world. Also in February, after we had a super, super, super cool event in Sedona, just a few weeks ago, we finished the Hatha Yoga Pradipika 4. But now Yoga Studies Institute is moving on to the next book, to the next series. It's going to be inspired on the Bhagavad Gita. Earl happened to give us a little taste of the first verse of the opening lines of the Bhagavad Gita, and along with an explanation of it. And I just find it wonderful. This verse seems to be about the inner struggles that a person has to go through when we try to understand what is moral, what is planting good seeds, how to make deep decisions on what's good and what's bad, and how to use those decisions and those seeds to create a perfect paradise. So Bhagavad Gita, taught by Geshe Michael and other teachers, is going to be amazing. If you can come live, it's going to happen most likely in Sedona from February 6th to the 10th. And I really think it's going to be very, very worth it. Plus the community that forms there, wonderful, excellent, super, super fun. Come if you can. Okay, and just finally to remind you that Peachtree World News is organizing an event for December 31st. We're gonna start collecting materials for all organizations. If you have something you would like us to show, please contact us. You can either contact me directly or send us info@peachtreeworldnews.com, an email there, and we can start talking. But just letting you know, it's happening, and we're gonna try to invite as many of the organizations as we can. You can register in Zoom there. Okay, next, let's just move on with our interview of today. You may remember, like a few months ago, we talked with our friend Peter Mortel, and he has been working in a very cool project called 108,000 Aryas. Or I don't know if at the end it was Aryas or Arhats, but the idea is like 108,000 people who reach the goal of meditation, which is seeing emptiness directly, and therefore transform the world. Okay, let's welcome Peter. How are you, Peter? Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Juan. It's good to see you as well. I'm impressed that you are doing your beautiful media programs from all over the world, even 6 o'clock in Hawaii. Good for you.
Thanks. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Really so grateful for it. And there has been a long time no see you. So I would like first to catch up with you, what you've been doing in the last few months. I have heard wonderful things, many events. Even I was watching that you're going to have like an Oscar, something like what are you up to? Where are you?
Well, thank you, Juan. We are in Vienna right now, and we are actually planning to do a 3-month retreat from 1st of February to 1st of May, 2025. And therefore, we decided now in November and December, we're going to, take it a little bit more easy and not travel. So we're not in Kyoto this year, I think, for the first time.
Okay.
But we've been doing a couple of cool things. One is you see over here, this thing is actually Xuanzang Tower. And we've started the first cooperation between the Xuanzang Tower teachers, translators, and the Gold Club. It's a program with Ben Kramer, which is actually next Wednesday is the last class. But we had 5 amazing classes where Ben helped our Gold Club members to connect the exercise of clear thinking to the possibility to make your seeds of your 4-step programs for money or relationship or anything else open faster. And personally, I'm very proud and excited because I like this cooperation of the translators. We give them an audience. We make a program together. It has been a lot of fun. So I want to thank Ben Kramer and the whole Chang's Tower group for doing that. I hope we're going to do more programs in the future. That's one thing. Then another thing that I've been working on, I started to write a book this summer, The Power of Fear. And it's a novel about a science fiction novel, which plays in 4 different realities, where it's a story of 4 lives.
Yeah.
People live in different realities. And the point is really at the end to figure out in a thought-provoking way, hopefully, what's the cycle of our existence and why do we live where we live? And I'm actually about to finish. I have 80,000 words, which is about, depending how I count, 254 pages, and I want to have 108,000 words. So I have 25% left, but we have the German, the Russian, the Ukrainian translators already. And I'm very excited about that. So it's good for me to stay at home also to be able to do that.
Okay, okay, wonderful. So the novel is not finished, but
not yet, but it will be finished at the end of the year.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you already have a name?
Yeah, The Power of Fear.
Oh, The Power of Fear?
Yes.
All right.
The first one in a trilogy. The second is going to be The Power of Desire.
Nice.
And the third one, I'm not sure yet, but
Power of Wisdom.
Probably.
Oh, I already want to read them. They sounds cool. I like the name very, very much.
We accept pre-orders with a little bit an up, right? No, we don't have
to. Send the money now, read the book later. That's so funny. Okay, Peter, it's wonderful to see you. I hope we can meet live sometime soon. Maybe next year, whenever you can come to Sedona, try to come.
Actually, we will be in Sedona the second half of January before we go into retreat. So we'll meet there, hopefully.
Wonderful, wonderful. Excited to see you there. And now, could you tell me a little bit of how the project is going? It's just so difficult for me to say because
108,000 areas.
108,000 areas.
Yes. To be honest, I mean, for me, this is just pure joy because nearly every weekend I get a message on Telegram or WhatsApp from someone saying, we are doing this course right now in this city. And there's a beauty and power in losing track on where people are teaching. But I spoke with Maria, who is responsible for all the teachings going on in Russia. And there are 3 cities who have this year taught 3 courses each, actually. And that's Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Nizhny Novgorod. And in general, we realized a couple of things. Number one, the teachers are getting better. Hooray!
Nice. Yes.
Which is an obvious, when you do something, you get more experience, you get better. But also the organizers are amazing. So they're really focusing on making the events and entertainment. And there's yoga of laughing sessions, there's dance, there's singing, the audiences are growing. And they're also combining, which makes me very proud and us very proud. They're combining the teachings with activities to support the communities there. So they feed homeless people. They go to nursing homes. There's a garbage collection program. And they also offer, after the ACI 3 now, morning meditations. Every day one teacher is offering a morning meditation. And one thing that I loved, it's a small thing maybe, but I think it's a very good sign that we hear that the people bring their own parents with them to the courses. Some guys go, then they like it so much to bring the parents. And even the parents' teachers are showing up. So we are very happy about that. Still, every event, they need money. And I don't know, Juan, which video you want to show. You can choose a city.
Yeah, actually, I was about to tell you, we have 4 videos. I think we have time to show them all because they are short, they are very sweet, they are cool. And also the QR codes, if anybody is actually interested to support these groups, of course, we will be very, very grateful, very, very welcome. And make sure that your support is really making an impact. Because as I have said in the past, Peter, what I've seen in my life, for example, like these teachings coming to the city where I grew up, which in this case is Guadalajara, I feel totally transformed my life, and not only my life, but the life of many of those people that, of course, some of you may know. Just to say a few examples, like Aldo, Lucia, Berta, Gina, Paulina, all of them, which now are Alex Rivas, Seiji, even. He's Mexican, don't forget about it. And he's from Guadalajara. So it's like to me, like a story of how these teachings coming into a city transform the life of many. And I think it's what it can do. So by supporting these projects, you are helping these teachings to reach different cities, and of course, opening up the potential for many people to transform their lives. So I'm gonna share the Moscow one first, because it's like a poetry and I find it so beautiful, so beautiful. And then from there, we'll move to the next one. So here we go.
And I want to say one thing, Juan, thank you for helping us to making the videos. It has been a process, I think, for you and for us as well, to making the videos in a way that they're really, we can show them to the whole world. And I know it took a lot of patience for you. I'm sorry for that, but I think now they're really good, and I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a process. It has been the same for me doing the PTWN news. It's a whole learning process, and I'm excited that it keeps going. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, first one. There you go. Can you hear?
Imagine you and I on a mountain top, just above pure earth, right under the blue sky, half an inch away from our main goal on the path that we go. Nearby, the lights of the refuge glow. I envision a time where you and I will be at ease, where wind smells like sunshine and roses, welcoming the one who has directly seen all the causes. And infinite confidence goes and grows. Imagine you and I on a mountain top. Courses on ancient Asian philosophy were launched in Moscow in February 2024. As of today, 2 out of the total amount of ancient wisdom courses have taken place already. They were attended by more than 100 people. The events are held on sponsors' contributions. The cost of organizing one course is about $4,000. By supporting the transmission of this knowledge, you are helping to continue and preserve the lineage of authentic Eastern wisdom transmission that empowers people to reach the peak of personal evolution.
Thank you.
Very welcome. I love that poetry.
Well, they are, yeah. For me, I'm just saying, if you start out teaching ACI and have a vision of having your students teach, and when that happens, you get a new problem. You just want to sit there and smile the whole day and not do anything. Beautiful.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So yeah, that's a group. As far as I understand, that's a group in Moscow who produced this video, this material. We want to congratulate them. Next, I'm gonna show the video of the Nizhny Novgorod.
Nizhny Novgorod, which is where Maria is coming from, and it's very funny because Maria's mom, who does not fully know what we're doing. She's also going there and she's very exciting. So it's very cool for her.
Yeah, so you have to support this because otherwise Peter will get in trouble. If he doesn't generate certain amount. Just kidding. Okay, there. Let me show you what's going on in Nizhny Novgorod. Okay, ready? And yeah, and sound was good, right? Okay, because in Japan it's like 1 a.m. and all the tech table people are sleeping. So today I have to do it by myself. I'm making sure everything is working. Let's go.
How to become absolutely happy? Perhaps you will say that this is impossible. However, we believe otherwise. It is quite realistic to have a lot of money and not spend nights at work, to build mutual love for many years and not be afraid of cheating, to be healthy at 50 and 70 and beyond. All this can be obtained with the help of our mind, thanks to knowledge that is more than 3,500 years old. Teachers from all over the country come to Nizhny Novgorod to teach how to manage reality and get everything you want in this life. We transfer this knowledge completely free of charge. However, we need funds to rent a venue, print materials, and help our teachers with accommodation. We invite you to become a sponsor of our events. Any amount would be highly appreciated. Thank you in advance, and see you at the live process of ancient Asian wisdom in Nizhny Novgorod, Russia.
Okay, so that's Nizhny.
That's Nizhny Novgorod, and yeah, I'm happy. Also, we learned also like the cost for a course now is around $4,500 in Russia, which is good to know. For everyone. How about we look at Düsseldorf next, because that's a special story.
Okay, yeah, I guess. All right. And then you tell us the story. I'll show the video and then you tell us the story. Okay. This is in Germany. This is happening in, I like the name. I don't know. It seems to me like it's like the Lord of the Rings or something. What's the
go first?
Yeah, let me find it. Düsseldorf.
Correct.
Sounds like, I don't know. Like, okay, there you go.
How to become absolutely happy?
Wait,
Perhaps you'll say that this is impossible. However,
not that one.
No.
One sec. Okay, ready? Yes, you're watching, right? But where is the?
Watching.
From the depths of time, humanity has been looking for recipes for happiness, well-being, love, and harmony. But what if such a recipe was already written more than 2,500 years ago? Ancient wisdom courses preserve this ancient knowledge. They are not just words, but step-by-step instructions that will help you reach the top of your potential. Our team of Ukrainians has already begun to spread this wisdom in Düsseldorf, Germany. We see sincere enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge. We are sincerely and generously happy to share this knowledge for free. At the same time, we need funds to pay for rent, equipment, advertising, and so on. We invite you to become a sponsor of these events. May the ancient wisdom help everyone in this world to achieve their dreams and reach their highest potential.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's such a cool story because I think we said we are planning to have 36 cities doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And now our Ukrainian friends, there's a ACI 4 just finished in Kiev this weekend, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not this, last weekend. And then some of the Ukrainian refugees in Europe, they start now to teach in Germany.
Wow.
So Düsseldorf is the first one. It's a group of Ukrainians. And then they will also start up Nuremberg and Stuttgart. So I think we are down to 12 cities now where regular courses are happening, which means 1/3 of the 36 cities is happening. But the Ukrainians are coming back where I went forced and now teach in Germany with German translation is something that I find very beautiful for this story.
Yeah. And you know what I like a lot, Peter? Remember when we first talked about this whole project, opening many cities, having a lot of teachings, and also, like making it accessible to a lot of people. I remember we talk about this idea of periodically kind of coming and sharing on the progress. So to me, it's super exciting to see that this thing is growing and it is expanding. If we compare to the very first time we speak, it's really so cool that it's going. So just, I want to say just congratulations and thank you to everyone who's making this possible, all the teachers and students who are making this possible. It's wonderful. Really, it may sound like, how to say, romantical or fantasy, but really this is changing the world, you see? But no, without it's really changing the world.
I'm really grateful, Juan, that you give us the opportunity with the PTWN World Show. In the beginning, I was a little bit another project, you know, but now I apologize for my own mind, but now I'm in a sweet way now. I'm already enjoying it, forced to, do it twice a year or maybe more often. And I see the progress also because we are required to make the videos. And it's really mind-blowing because we are in touch with these guys every week. You know, there's something happening for a teacher or for an organization, as you can imagine. And so we feel the progress. We are very close to them. But now looking back, it's moving. Yeah? In Ukraine, there's another city, Lviv, that started recently, the first one. So that's another. Anyway, we will make a summary of how many cities are doing it. But it's really happening, and we're very proud and very, very grateful.
Wonderful. So we showed the last video?
Yes.
Okay, this is St. Petersburg. Ready? Okay.
Good afternoon. We are in St. Petersburg, where Michael Roach proposed to catalogue ancient Asian philosophy manuscripts at the Institute of Oriental Manuscripts of the Russian Academy of Sciences in 1992. And it's great that this good work continues, that wisdom becomes a tool that changes the lives of a large number of people. The Classical Wisdom Academy is one of Michael Roach's non-profit projects, and ancient Asian wisdom courses are taught live in different cities around the world, including here in St. Petersburg. We have already held 2 courses, and of course we plan to continue. And it is you who can become the person thanks to whom these courses will happen in the city on the river Neva, and possibly on all planets, creating a perfect world.
That's St. Petersburg. They're already planning the course 4 in February, I think.
Wonderful. Yeah, no, and I'm surprised to see, for example, today we talk about 3 cities in Russia, 1 in Germany, but there are many more that we're gonna keep showing you. The idea, of course, one of the ideas is to see if we can get people to contribute, donate, or support, but also just to rejoice that it's actually happening. Number 1, to know about it, and number 2, to be excited and happy that things are going on, things are happening.
Yes. That's it, I think, from us. We have the Oscar, the promotion with we are having a Christmas party on the 21st of December in Vienna, which
live.
Okay. Which we are framing as a Gold Club party. So it's $100, €100 participation, but it includes food and everything you want to do. And everyone is welcome to come. I think 70 people have registered already.
Yeah, send us the QR code if you have it, and we can post it or something.
I will in the chat.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you're gonna broadcast that, but maybe that'll be fun to just quick look or something. I don't know.
Think about that. We can do it. Is the PTWN World News on Saturday, probably, right?
Yeah. And also, wait, what did you say? Sorry, if what?
Will there be a PTWN World News on the 21st of December? It's a Saturday. So
yeah.
We could do a live call.
Well, let's see. Yeah, May sounds good. And also, we are having an event on the 31st, so maybe you could come and report how it goes or something. I'll talk to you and check what's the plan. Finally, I would like to share just the QR, because maybe some people would like to support.
Yes.
The video was too fast. Just in case you want and can't do it, here are like the different QRs for the different cities we presented today. There are more, and we will periodically kind of trying to go back with them and see how it's going, talk about new cities, new courses that are going on. And we will just want to thank you all. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your interest. Thank you so much, Peter, for having come today. I hope we talk very soon again, and we will send you best regards from Japan very soon to all of you, to all the audience.
Thank you. Have a safe trip, Juan. Thank you so much for your time, and greet Geshe Michael and everyone who's in Kyoto from us.
All right, thanks a lot. Best regards over there as well.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, and thank you everyone who stayed here. We'll see you again on Monday if everything goes well. And for now, just enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for being here, and best wishes.